Hello, hello. So we are starting a new vlog today and I'm super duper excited. I've got an iPad lighting up my face, so weird lighting. But I thought it would be fun to document my process. So this video today, let me tell you what day it is. So today is Tuesday, October 8th, 2024. This video should go up before the end of the year because the pattern that I'm going to be sharing with you guys that I'm testing is supposed to be launching in December. And I want this vlog to go up kind of coordinating with the publishing date of the pattern. So this is Tiffany from the past. But I wanted to really document the whole process of test knitting probably the most beautiful sweater that I have ever seen, that I am just so excited, so excited. And I want to take you along on all aspects of like my thought process for this test knit. So I saw the sweater. I'm going to put this picture here. This is the picture that the designer posted on their Instagram announcing that this sweater was kind of getting ready to test knit. And I was just enamored, like enamored with this pattern. And so like shamefully set an alarm for the day that the test knit was meant to go live because this designer's in Europe and the test knit was going live like 2 p.m. European time, which was like 7 a.m. my time on a Saturday. So I didn't want to miss it. So I set an alarm, all that jazz, and applied for the test knit. And when I applied for the test knit, I went ahead and ordered my yarn because I wanted to use Holst Garn. It's a brand I use all the time, and a lot of my fall knits are being knit in Holst Garn, and that's what she called for in the pattern. And so I was like, perfect. And I love her colors. And so I knew that Holst Garn was offering a discount for the test, but I like didn't want to risk it not getting here in time. So as I'm filming this, it's Tuesday the 8th. The test actually, we get the pattern next Monday, which is Monday the 14th. And so I wanted to like have the yarn as close to that day as possible. So I went ahead and ordered it. And then I found out a couple of days later that I was accepted into the test knit. So exciting. That was a really fun day. And then I started thinking, I want her version because her version is so pretty with the golds and the warm tones and the blues, and I just find it strikingly beautiful. But I was like, let me, I'm sure the designer wants some additional options like from her testers rather than just making the same sweater over and over again. I was like, let me go to Holst Garn's website now that I know for sure I made it, now that I have the discount code, and let me order some yarn. So I did. And I wanted to share with you guys my orders so that I can show you like what I'm thinking, what I'm debating. My first order, which is the colors that she used, has shipped. I don't know when it'll be here. It's shipping from Denmark. So usually it's not too bad. I've ordered from them before. It's not too bad. There's one cone in there, and then the rest of them are the cakes. And then when I ordered the second order with the discount code, I did get a couple of extra cones because 20% off, why not? I'll use it. So I'll show you guys what all I got. But I just want to document this process. So I'm going to log into my Holst Garn account. I'm going to pull up my orders, and I'm going to show you kind of what I'm thinking. And then, of course, as you keep watching this vlog, you'll see what I landed on knitting for the test. I will, if I go with my colors that I picked out, I will still, as long as everything goes smooth with the test knit, I plan to still make her version because it's beautiful. But I think it may be more valuable to her to have a project page on her pattern that shows a different color combination and a different version. I picked a little bit more cooler toned browns and then some purples, and I'll show you guys, but I don't know. We'll see as this vlog goes along what I decide to do. So this is my first order. This is her color palette. So she's got Topaz, Marlin. This is Nougat. This is the main color, so I did order a cone of that. And Then we've got Pebble, Maize, Goldcrest, and Cinnamon. So those are the colors that she used. Now, this is, let me see if I can get to where you can really see the colors. Okay, so this is the dark purple color that I ordered. It won't let me click on it, but that's elderberry. And then we've got damask, which is like more, it's more purple than it's showing up on the camera. It looks more pink. It's actually more purple. And then we've got truffle, lark, coffee, and sweet pea. And then, so those are the colors that I'm thinking for my version. I think they'll play really, really well together. But then I got some cones. So I got a cone of Mariner, which I don't know if it's coming across in this light, but it's like a deep blue color. And then I got a cone of Truffle, because I feel like that would make a really pretty sweater. And then I got a cone of Oatmeal, because there's no harm in having an oatmeal color. So yeah, I'm really excited about this color palette. I really wish it would show like the real color of that one is pulling really pink. But anyway, so I think I'm gonna make this version for the test knit with these colors here. And I'm gonna work up my swatch with those and see how that goes. I'll still use the Nougat as the main color, and then the collar and the cuffs and everything are in Bleached White. I actually already have a cone of Bleached White, so yeah, that's the plan as we stand currently. Once I get the yarn in for the first order, I'll share that with you guys, and then I should hopefully get the second order. I ordered them, how many days apart did I order them? Because my first one's already shipped. So yeah, I ordered them 3 days apart. So should be a few days behind the first order, and then we will go from there. So this one has shipped. I wonder if there's tracking on it. I don't think there is. Nope. So yeah, I'm gonna swatch up with my new colors first, and then if I don't like the way that that works up, then I'll just revert to the original colors and knit it that way. So that way she still obviously gets the fit notes and all of that stuff. But anyway, this is the Iris sweater test knit vlog, and I will keep you guys updated as to where I'm at in the process over the next couple months. Hello, hello. So I have my first order of yarn. I thought I would open it with you guys. Today is Wednesday, the 16th of October, and the test knit officially started on Monday. So I have been patiently waiting for this yarn, and I'm gonna try to set up my tripod here. I have been patiently waiting for my yarn, and now my first order is here, so I can swatch. But this is not, I don't think, the one I'm gonna do, the yarn I'm gonna do the test knit in. We'll just see how the second swatch goes, but that yarn should be right behind this yarn. So I can't wait. How fun. And we have a cone. So let's see what we got here. This is all, I don't even know how they have this wrapped up. There we go. So this is the main color. This is Nougat. Really pretty neutral. And then we've got, and these, again, just as a reminder, are her called for colors that she knit the sample in. So we've got Marlin. We've got Topaz. Those are the two pretty blues. And then we've got Pebble. And we've got two balls of Goldcrest. There we go, that's more true to color. So there's 2 of those. And then we've got 1 ball of Maize, which if you hold it next to Goldcrest, you can see this is definitely more orangey, this is more yellowy. And 3 balls of cinnamon. So those are our colors. I'm so excited. So guess who's gonna be swatching later? If I have a size, I think I do have a set of size 4 needles. So yep, we're gonna be swatching later. I'm so excited. So I have officially got 2 separate cast-ons, 1 for each shoulder. So the next step, now that I've casted this on the correct size needles for the project, is that I have to move the purl cast-on stitches and the knit cast-on stitches to different smaller needles to separate them. So I'm gonna work on that. And we're gonna see how it gets, and I'll check back in. This is a very interesting construction, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, so interrupting my cast on to tell you guys that my order came in from Holst Garn for the colors I'm going to use for the test knit. So you guys saw the other day that I got the colors for my next version, which is the original color palette. But I got my colors in for my color palette, and I'm so excited. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys a comparison, I think. Let me set you guys up because I need my hands. Okay. All right, so the original color palette, this was so I'm using the same main color. This is Nougat. And then the next prominent color was Cinnamon, and I am using Coffee, so you can see it is more blue toned brown and darker, if you can see that in this lighting. And then the next color that was most prominent was this Goldcrest, and I am using the color Truffle. So we've got Coffee and Truffle, and then in the other brown section, there is this color Maize, and I'm using this purple Sweet Pea. And then the stems of the flowers in the original are in this gray, which is called Pebble. I'm actually doing it in a green, which is called Lark. And then lastly, the 2 blues in the original, which are Marlin and Topaz, I am going to be doing in Damask is this one, and Elderberry is that one. So I think it's going to be gorgeous. Let me see if I can, I'm not going to be able to hold all these together. It's gonna be pretty. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see if it's gonna be pretty. We're gonna work it up and see how it looks. But I was thinking about, like, I swatched, I got pretty good on my gauge. So part of me is like, do I just jump in with these colors because I feel good about them, or what do I do? So I'm trying to decide what to do with that because, yeah, because, okay, so if you look at my swatch here, which I don't know if I showed this on the blog, but I did swatch. The yellow will be the light pink, so I think it'll have really good contrast with the coffee color, which is going to be the diamond here. And then the truffle is going to be up here, and then this diamond here. And then The green, the lark, will be the leaves and the stem, and then the dark purple, the light purple. I think it's gonna look good. I think it's gonna look good. So I may just jump right in because I've cast on and I kind of like ready to get going. So hopefully the colors work well. Wish me luck. But I did get, let me show you guys where I'm at here, what I did. So this is the first shoulder on the 2 needles. So let me see here. So I've got it split into, come on. There we go. So I did mark with a stitch marker. The blue is my knit stitches, the green is my purl stitches. So that's one shoulder it moved over. I'm in the process of moving the other shoulder over. And then I'll get to start the sweater officially, like actually start knitting the top portion of it. It's a really cool construction. We'll see if hopefully I didn't mess it up, but I'm interested to see how it goes. I did get a couple more cones in my order because if you're ordering from Holst Garn, you might as well get more yarn. Plus it was 20% off because of the test knitter discount. So I got this beautiful, look how pretty that blue is in this light. You can really see it. So this is the color Mariner. This is gonna be for a sweater. I don't know which one yet, but something beautiful. And then I got Truffle, which is one of my colors, but I got a full cone of it. And it has like, okay, you can see like it's browns, but it's got blues in there. It's really a pretty color. And then lastly, and I want to show you guys the difference, I got a cone of oatmeal. And so the color, the main color Nougat that I'm using in this sweater is the same tone, but lighter. Can you see that? So it's funny how their cones are all like, they're all the same amount of grams, but they put them on different little inserts. And so they end up being different sizes. But yeah, so this is oatmeal, this is Nougat. So that's everything I got. Okay, so I am done for the night, but we are officially casted on. So we've got one shoulder, and then the back is joined at the neckline all the way across, and then we've got the other shoulder. We are at a good stopping point in the pattern because I had to break the yarn, and so we are calling it a night. Okay, so I am bringing you guys along with me to cut my first ever steek. So as you can see, I got a lot of work done on my Iris Pullover test yesterday. I pretty much knit all day. I was not feeling great, so I sat around and knit for the bulk of the day, and I got to the point where I have now cast on all these stitches down here. Why are we blurry? There we go. All these stitches down here are cast on, and then these stitches here need to be steeked. I have reinforced them, crochet reinforced, and it's blurry again. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're going to cut. And I am taking you guys along for the ride. Let me see if I can get this to where it will show you guys. Okay, so the dark purple is my reinforcement, my crochet reinforcement. And where I'm gonna cut is right in between the pink here all the way up. So here we go. I'm actually gonna let's move this down to the floor so it's more stable. I actually have better lighting in my bathroom, so we're sitting on the bathroom floor. We have got our steek stitches here, and we are just going to very carefully snip this. This is so much work, so I really hope I did the crochet reinforcement right. Okay, so let's see. I think we're looking all right. So then this can get sewn down like that. I think that's how it works. I don't know. Does that look right? I'm literally sitting on my bathroom floor. I wasn't kidding, but the lighting was good, so it seems secure. We're hopeful. Because now I think that's got to chill and hang out. I'm not really sure what happens to it now, but it has been steeked. We have steeked. Really hope I did not mess that up. Can you tell I'm nervous? But it's still joined in the round, like. So I had cast on new stitches, that's part of the pattern. And I'm really excited with how the color work is turning out. Let me turn the camera around again and I'll show you guys. So in this lighting, you can really see the colors and how they're looking. So I think that once this blooms, like when my swatch, it looked even better. But like, do you see how bright this purple is for the flowers and how much dimension there is in the colors? And this color here has some blues in it. This is the coffee. This is the truffle. Wait, is that right? I think so. I got a whole cone of this because I think it like would make the prettiest sweater. And then that here is the sweet pea. And then this one is the damask. And then I'm just at the point where I'll add in the dark purple and the green for the flowers. So I am getting to that point, but I'm just absolutely loving like the brightness of this. Look how pretty it is in that light. It's so pretty. All right, so that is a wrap on day 3 of knitting on this sweater. And I laid it out with the front yoke here so that you guys can see what it looks like after steeking. It's folding like very naturally here. And I did add in the final contrast color just to kind of see how everything was playing together, and I think it looks really nice. So, and I feel like my colorwork tension looks pretty good. It's gonna look even better once this blooms and soaks. You can see my floats there. So there is catching of floats in this, but I have really honed in on a technique that works and doesn't get the yarn all twisted and all of that. So I don't know, maybe I'll show that at some point, but yeah, this is where we're at the end of day 3. The first night I didn't do much. I did a ton yesterday, and then I want to say I did like this much today, like maybe 10 rows. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe like 11 rows. So I am not mad at it. I think it looks so pretty. Before I completely call it quits for this day on knitting it, I just wanted to like hop on here and say that I think that it is a good testament for pushing yourself, not testing yourself, but pushing yourself into new things. And a test knit is a great way to do that because you are with a group of people who can help you if you need it. You're watching them successfully do it, so you know it's possible. And you have a deadline, so you know you've got to figure it out. And so, I don't know, I've always just found that I'm most successful in trying new things when I do it in a test knit. And I think it's good for the designer as well, because the designer wants some people who are seasoned at what they're doing. I mean, I'm sure, I'm not a designer, but I'm sure that they want a combination of beginners to a technique, and experienced people with the technique to shed some light on their writing skills. Like if you come into it, you've never done it before, it doesn't make sense. If you come into it and you have done it before, would you make any suggestions on changing it? And so I feel like I'm kind of bringing that new beginner kind of mentality to this, because while I've done color work before, I've never done all over color work. I've never done steeking. I don't know if there's any other things in this pattern that would be new to me. I don't think so, but we'll see when it comes to like picking up for the collar. And the sleeves are steeked as well, so I do have more steeking to do. But yeah, just thoughts from a very tired person who wanted to put their 2 cents in there, that test knitting is a good way to push yourself into some new skills in this hobby of ours. So I hope you guys have a great time watching the rest of this video, because I'm going to bed and you probably aren't, but I'll talk to you later. Hello, hello. So I am ready for bed. If you can't tell, I've already taken my hot bath. My hot bath gets me like in sleep mode. My body is trained to respond to that, so I'm about to go to sleep. But I wanted to check in. Today is Wednesday, October 23rd, and I wanted to just give you guys an update. I officially finished the, oh, it looks so pretty, the full flower motif and looped back to this top band. So these points here are the same as these, and we're going to start our repeat of the pattern. So that is the back that you're looking at now, and this is obviously joined in the round. Here's the front. You can see all my floats. I'm really proud of them. I think they're looking pretty good. It's funny how, like, there's so much of the main color here, but because of the color dominance and all of that, like, the inside looks like stripes, which I find very funny. But I've really been loving this. Like I said, it gets to be very rhythmic because it's only 2 color work in each row, and I memorize it pretty quickly and then go about knitting that row, and it's just stockinette. I feel like I've gotten into a really good rhythm with my color work, with my floats, with all of that stuff, which I did film a video this week on how I've been catching my floats, so I will put that here and in the description box below in case you're interested. But the way that I've been doing it, I didn't learn from a video. It may very well exist, but I just kind of looked at the engineering of the yarn and was able to figure out this is the way I need to do it in order to trap it but not get my yarns tangled and not have to switch them back and forth and not have it slow me down too much. So I'm pretty proud of the way that I've been doing it. It's been working super well. My tension seems to be really good, and it's kept me with a good flow. So yeah, I feel like I'm hitting a really good rhythm, and like the more I see this sweater come to life, the more I love it. I really do like the colors that I picked out. There's one color that I'm questioning, but as I see, so the color I'm questioning is this color here, this grayish brownish taupish color. But as I see it come together more, and the lighting is not great right now, I think it's gonna look pretty. So I'm excited. I've got many more miles of color work to go, but for now, we're going to sleep. So I will talk to you guys and give you guys a check-in tomorrow. Welcome back to the Iris Pullover vlog. It is Friday, October 25th, and I am doing a fun thing today because I have a ton of work tasks to do, and a lot of them are like bigger tasks. I had 3 smaller tasks. I grouped those together, and then I have 4 bigger tasks that I think will take about half an hour to an hour each. So I need to also make some good progress on my sweater today, and I'm filming a podcast later once I finish up the workday and all of that jazz. So, or I may do that during my lunch break, but I wanted to reward myself with some sweater knitting while also getting some done, since there is a deadline with this sweater, while also getting work tasks done. So I just did, you just watched me do in fast speed, 1 row of this sweater. Golly, it looks so good. Like it's looking so good. And it's not because of me, it's because this pattern is gorgeous. Anyway, I timed myself doing a row, and with a little bit of a stop to IM for work and like, you know, whatever, it took me 13 minutes and 48 seconds to do 1 round. I don't know how many stitches are on the needles. It's over 200, but I'm not sure of the exact number at the moment. So I'm gonna do 2 rows on the sweater and then a task for work. 2 rows on the sweater, a task for work, and break it up that way. And I did have a very productive week, but these are like my last few things I just like need to wrap up this week. So I already did my first group of tasks. I got those done, and I went 7 minutes over the time I thought it would take. And now this is gonna take me a little bit less than I thought it would take if I get started after filming this to do my last row. And then I will kick into task number 2, which I have to go in and finish a task in the system. So that I think will take me about half an hour. We'll see. And then we'll do 2 more rows. I also finished this before I started my day. I just needed to whip stitch it, so I got that done. Anyway, that has happened. But that was quick. That was quick. So, excuse me. I'm a little tired today. I don't mind this TV mount behind my head. I'm actually not putting the TV there, putting the TV over here, but this needs to come off the wall, and it just hasn't. The old owners left it, and I just haven't done it yet, so it's kind of an eyesore, but here we be. Yeah, so if everything goes as planned, I've gotten 1 row, I'll get 2 rows done, 4 rows done, 6 rows done, 8 rows done today before the end of the day, which will be a decent little chunk. So, and then I'll knit tonight because I need to make more progress than that, especially on the weekends, because during work weeks I don't have light days. Like this is a lighter day meeting wise, so I have all these tasks but no meetings, so that's why I can kind of break my day up like this. But most of my days have meetings back to back, so I don't get to do this kind of a thing and capitalize on a little bit of knitting time. But I also had like 7:30 calls like 7:30 p.m. calls this week. Like it was a really busy kind of week. So yeah, that's the plan for today. I probably will not check in every single row or anything like that, but I will definitely check in at the end of the day and show you guys my progress. So let me show you kind of where I'm starting today, and then we can kind of see how productive today is. But all right, so I am working on repeating this section here. I am finishing up the diamonds and moving into this chevron section. So that is where we are. We have finished 1 row of flowers completely, and I love them. And I'm gonna work on this next row here, and then we will go from there. So it is a productive but rewarding day with my hobbies and my work, and we'll see where we get. Hello, hello. I look a hot mess because I just took my hair out of my hair clip. It was curled, but I had put it in a clip, and now it like looks funky, but don't mind that. I wanted to share with you guys that, I don't know how to show you, I officially picked up the neckline, and I'm working on the 2x2 ribbed collar. I literally just picked it up, so, and I'm gonna say this here for documentation purposes, but the pattern said to pick up 156 stitches total, and I picked up 148. So just with the way that it worked, that's just where I landed. So it's still divisible by 4, so knit 2, purl 2 works just fine, and I think that it won't make a huge difference. So that's where we're at, and we're gonna see how far we can get on the neckline tonight. We might switch back and forth. I am still connected for the color work as well. I've made some decent progress on that. Let me, so you can see I finished the second row of diamonds, and I'm about to start the pink flowers for the second time. So I've made some decent progress on the color work section. I just wanted to go ahead and get the collar picked up, and I don't know why. I saw some of the tester photos in the chat with the collar done, and I thought it looked really nice. And so I was like, well, I might as well. It's a smaller needle size, and so that's what we did. So I will let you guys know how far I get on that tonight. I haven't knit much at all today. I've only done a couple rows. So I'm hoping to get some good progress this evening while the kids are sleeping. I'm going to watch podcasts and knit my little heart out. So we'll see how far we get. Wish me luck. All right, I am calling it a night. Saturday night, October 26th. I'm pretty sure. I don't know why I just put this away. Oh, because I wanted to show you guys. So, try not to rip needles out. I'm connected in way too many ways. Okay, so I think I'm about halfway, like right about where I would fold the collar. I've done 15 rows total. So let me turn it around and I'll show you guys. It's hard to hold it to where you can actually tell how big it is and compared to the sweater. So I'll flip the camera. I'll show you that I'm gonna go to bed because I'm sleepy. Okie doke. So now this is only one layer, but I'm thinking it may be a little bit past halfway. Like I'm thinking maybe I do 24 rows total, and then when I fold it in half, it'll be like right around 12. This is like a little shy of 2 inches, or like right at 2 inches, and I think 1.5 inches might be perfect. So that is how we're looking. So finish that tomorrow, probably get that tacked down, and then continue back on the color work. Hello. So it has been a long time since I checked in on this vlog, but I figured I should update you guys on where I'm at with my Iris Pullover. Don't mind, I have a hair mask in, so my hair is not greasy. It has rosemary oil and castor oil and stuff in it. So just know that that is not what's happening. So it is November 19th, which is a Tuesday at, I don't know, 10 something at night. What time is it? 10:35 at night. And I had a goal today. I have off work tomorrow, and I have aspirations to finish the body of this sweater tomorrow. So I need to measure it. So I thought I would do that with you guys and kind of talk through a couple things that have happened since I checked in with you last. And then I am done for the night, and I'm gonna pick this back up tomorrow, but I'm super proud of where I'm at on it. So the deadline for this is the first week of December. So it's getting close, but I have tomorrow off, and then I have the whole week for Thanksgiving off. And so I think I can do it. So let me flip this around, let me measure it, and we'll kind of talk through where we're at. Okay, so my goal was to finish the last flower tops today, and I did, so that is good. I know this is the last repeat of the flowers. I just don't know where exactly I'm gonna end once I finish the stems. So I still have, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, at least 8 more rows to go. That's really not that bad. I can absolutely do that tomorrow. And then the ribbing. But we're gonna measure it and we're gonna see where we're at. So the pattern does say that we have to get to a certain length. So let me pull that up here real quick. So continue the body until you get to 13.5 inches. That's where I need to get from where I bound off the arm. So I may already be there. Let's check. Hold on. Hold please. Okay, so we're not quite there, but we are almost there. So this was laying flatter whenever I measured it. And you can see that we are at right at 11.5. And then if I look at this section here, from the bottom of the purple through, so that would put us at 12.5. Where I was thinking of stopping, which I think I'm just gonna do, would put me at 13, and it calls for 13.5. But what I'm thinking is I could always do an extra 1/2 inch of ribbing and make up for it, because I don't want to get to where I'm like in the middle of this. I don't want to end there. I want to end where it's clean. So I feel like at the bottom of this section here would be a clean place to stop. In her version, because she knit a bigger size, she actually knit 4 flower repeats, and then this entire thing to like the bottom of the diamonds, and that's where she ended. And if I do that, that would get me another, oh man, that would put me over, because that would get me like an additional 3 inches. So I only need 2 inches. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end it at the bottom of the flowers. And then go ahead and start my ribbing. And I think that'll be good. And then I'm gonna flip the camera back around and tell you guys a couple of things that happened since I talked to you guys last. So the reason I wanna bring this up now is because we are getting close to armhole steeking time. And I'm nervous because my steek on my neckline, when I picked up my neckband, started to come loose, and I had to like very frantically run to my sewing machine and sew things down so that things did not start unraveling. But I'm gonna show you guys. So you can see the stitches there, and you can see here where things were getting pretty darn loose. Up in here wasn't as much of an issue, but this light purple really started unraveling pretty bad. So I sewed it down. I don't think it's gonna be noticeable when I'm wearing it. It's not the neatest thing in the world, but I, first of all, have never taken my sewing machine to knitting. And second of all, I was frantic. So it's not my best work, but here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, God, this sweater is so pretty. I just love it. I can't wait to wear it. I'm thinking, hear me out. Holst Garn is full of spinning oil. And until you soak it in specific wash, that oil does not come out. So my thought is that after I finish the body, which I should finish tomorrow, I'm so excited, then I'm going to block this. I'm going to like really block it. Not steek it yet, block it. And what my hope is, well, okay, let me go back. I think I might crochet reinforce it after I finish the body, but then block it, not cut anything. So that way, not only does the yarn that is knitted bloom together and meld together a little bit better, but the crochet reinforcement also will meld with the yarn that it's reinforcing, right? And then once I block it and dry it completely, cut the steek stitches, and then hopefully it'll have more stability than my neckline did, because the yarn has not bloomed at all. It's not as grippy because of the oil that's still in the yarn, right? This is all my thought process. I thought about maybe trying a different technique to reinforce, but I don't feel like it was my reinforcement stitches that were the problem. I think that, first of all, I've never picked up steek stitches before, so I might have done that wrong. And I know you pick up like, so like there's six steek stitches, or 5 or 6, and 5. And you don't pick up close to where you cut, you pick up outside of the steek stitches, which I did, but they were just like really unraveling. I don't know what I did wrong. I couldn't tell you, but I don't want to have it happen again. I want to learn from my mistakes and try something different. So I think this blocking method will just create more stability in the yarn. That is my hope, at least. So that is what we're going to try. And the goal is to be able to say on my birthday, I turn 37 tomorrow, that we have finished the body of this sweater. I'm behind. Some of the test knitters have already finished, which I'm not mad at myself for. This is my first all over Colorwork sweater ever in my entire life. Actually, this is my second Colorwork sweater ever, and the other one is the porcelain, which I have not finished, and it is not all over Colorwork. It's only 2-color Colorwork, which this is Fair Isle. It's 2 colors at a time, but obviously I'm still juggling multiple colors, right? What is it? 6 colors? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 colors. And then the main color, 7 colors. So 6 contrast colors in the main. So this is my first time ever knitting anything like this. So the fact that I'm not the first one finished, I'm not worried about it. But I am proud that it looks like I'm going to be able to hit the deadline, because this is a drop shoulder. Another perk of blocking it, so this is another thing I wanted to say, is that I think blocking it prior to knitting the sleeves is important, because this is a drop shoulder design, and I want to be able to see how much do I gain when I block it. I think I've told you guys this on this vlog before, but I'm knitting the size 1, which has the right amount of positive ease for me, per what she calls for, but it's on the smaller end of the positive ease of what she calls for. So I want to make sure that I like kind of understand how much do I gain in a drop shoulder, where is it sitting on me, that kind of thing. And this yarn blooms so much that I think it would be a good call to block it before I do the sleeves anyway. So if I get the added perk of stabilizing the steek stitches, so be it, right? Anyways, I'm ranting at this point. So it is Wednesday, November 20th. Told you guys I would check in. I had big goals for today, and spoiler alert, I did not meet them, but I did hit a pretty big milestone, and I finished the body before the ribbing on my Iris Pullover. I have put in the ribbing color and done the first row, which is just a knit row, and that way I can pick it up tomorrow and do the purl 2 knit 2, which that is how it's written, purl 2 knit 2 to the end, not knit 2 purl 2. But yeah, the body is done. It does measure 13 inches. The pattern calls for 13.5, but I don't think would have been at a good stopping point. I would have been like halfway into this motif and it would have been a little bit weird. So I ended at the bottom of the flowers and we're doing the ribbing, and hopefully it's gonna look okay. Not having that last, because I have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I have 4 rows of flowers. So yeah, we're gonna do the ribbing. We're gonna do an extra 1/2 inch of ribbing So I will work on that and hopefully have it done by this weekend. We shall see. I'm going to go see Wicked at the movies this weekend, and I think I could do knit 2 purl 2 ribbing in the dark. Maybe. I might bring my stockinette project just so I don't ruin this. But anyway, it is bedtime for me because I have a 6 a.m. work call tomorrow. The joy of having a boss that lives in Dubai. So our team call is at 6 a.m. It's brutal because I have to get the kids, like Carter has to be at school by 7:55 is like his last call. And so the call being from 6 to 7 makes it to where it makes it really difficult for me to cook them breakfast and get him to school on time because I like to leave the house by 7:30, 7:40 at the latest because I live 2 minutes from the school. But I have to cook and give them time to eat it. So what I have to do is get on the call. We have to have our cameras on. And then halfway through the call, I have to turn my camera off so that I can start cooking. Obviously, I still listen. But it's just like an inconvenient time. Not my favorite. I need to clean this up. Don't pay attention to that. We're going to go this way. I have not moved in fully and things are everywhere. So, like I deep cleaned the kitchen, organized that. My next step is to organize my bathroom. After that, I'm going to organize all of my clothes. But like I just have books and boxes and trash and stuff everywhere. So, I have to get a handle on it, but that will happen eventually. Okay, so quick update on my Iris Pullover for you guys. Oop, we have bound off the body and we have crochet reinforced the steek stitches. Oop, it'll focus on the armhole if you can see that there. I did it in like a pink so that I can really see it. But yeah, so we did that on both sides. So that's all done, and now it's going in the blocking water. Yay! Okay, so she's taking a bath. I thought I would talk through what I did to get the spinning oil out of this since it's the first wash. So usually when you soak your wool and you block your wool, you don't put it in super hot water, but when it has spinning oil in it, you want to. So you want to get it hot, like hot enough that you probably wouldn't take a bath in it, and you want to put Dawn dish soap that's like mixed in, not like you just don't want it to be blue, right? So you mix that in, hot, you put this in and you're gonna soak it until the water is room temp. So it's almost there, but it's still a little bit warmer than room temperature. But yeah, so we're gonna go pick up some dinner and then I'll come back and I'll take this out and I'll show you guys how I'm gonna block it. Okay, so I have soaked this and rinsed it with cold water to get some of the soap out since I used Dawn and not Wool Wash. So I rinsed it and have wrung it out, I guess you would say. And so now I've got it on a towel and I'm just going to fold it and then roll it and really get as much of the moisture out of it as I can. I have a little one over here that's interested in what I'm filming. Okay. Stop, Jackson, you're gonna fall over. Trying to get on camera. He's crazy. Okay, I'm gonna take this into the blocking mats and lay it out and block it, and I'll show you guys. Okay. We're sitting on my floor and my blocking mats are right here. I'm missing one. So I have a corner that doesn't have a mat. So we're gonna have to finagle this to make it fit on the 7 squares, or the 8 squares out of 9 that I have. Okay, so that is the body all pinned out on the blocking mats, and I'm gonna let that dry for however long it takes, probably a couple of days. I have, like I showed you guys earlier, I have the sleeve steek stitches all reinforced on both sides and that side as well. So those will be ready for me to cut as soon as this is dry, and then I will be picking up sleeve stitches. So that's a good stopping point for now. Okay guys, it's the next day. I'm leaning down so that, because I have you guys to where you can see the stitches. It dried overnight, so we're ready to cut the steek stitches. I've got the steek here for one arm, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm nervous, but we're gonna hope for the best. So, see, hopefully you guys can at least make out what I'm doing a little bit. But my kids. So the 2 pink lines are the crochet reinforcement, and in between there is the stitch the thread we need to cut. It is kind of the center of the center steek stitch. Outside of the crochet, there are 2 more steek stitches that are still, you can see it better up here. So this is another steek stitch, so you get a little bit of room, and then you're gonna pick up the stitches here, right? So I'm hoping that, because I blocked it, that we have more luck this time, and hey, go, please. And we're gonna do our best here. So where we need to snip is right here down the middle. And I'm just going one stitch. I wish that was focused. It's not focused. There we go. One stitch at a time, and you can see my crochet reinforcement bumps there. And I'm just cutting right in between them. Very carefully to only cut. It's 2 threads because of the floats. If you can see that.
He's trying to lick the chair and bite the chair at the same time.
There we go, maybe.
Look at Cooper.
So now we have an armhole. Yay! I'm gonna do the other one off camera, but I just wanted to show you guys the process and have you be stressed with me. Okay, don't mind the mess. We have steeked the armholes and we're trying it on. I like the length. My belly button is here, so I got a decent amount of length. I think it'll work well, either French tucked or not. I think it's long enough. And everything is sitting like it should. The neckband is maybe a little bit big, but I think it'll be okay. And the drop shoulder I think is sitting at a really good spot. So overall, I'm excited. Yay! Oh. Hello. Okay, so I am about to call it a night. I really wanted to finish the color work on this sleeve tonight. Today is November 30th, Saturday, and I have been working on this all week. I haven't really checked in because there wasn't, you know, I didn't finish a sleeve. And don't mind, I've tackled a lot this week, but I have not tackled putting away all my clothes and organizing my closet since the move. So that's on the list of things to do. But the sleeve is literally 7 rows away from being done with the color work on this sleeve. I wish that you guys could see how different the fabric. I'll flip the camera around when I take this off and show you guys how different the fabric is post-blocking versus pre-blocking. But yeah, I just have 7 more rows and then the cuff, and then the first sleeve is finished. This took longer than I expected it to. I don't know. I mean, it's a lot of rows. It's on size 4 needles. It's obviously detailed color work, so I don't know why I was expecting it to be faster, but it took a whole week and I thought it was going to be faster than that. I see people knit sleeves in like a day, and I worked on it every day, but like my finger hurts from pushing the needles, and you know, I did as much as I could. So here we are. We'll get this sleeve done hopefully tomorrow. So I wanted to see if it will come across on here, the blocked fabric versus the unblocked fabric with the spinning oil still in it. You can see how much dingier the yarn looks and how much it brightens up once you get the spinning oils out of it. And obviously the stitches lay so much nicer, but yeah, it's a much scratchier, much more rigid fiber feeling than this is so much softer. So I can't wait to block it and get to wear it. Okay, so this is the original sleeve that I knit first, and if I'm fully relaxed, it hits like mid thumb, like at certain, because the neckline is a little bit wide. I think it's falling a little bit short, so that's why I want to block this. I also ordered elastic to put in the neckline to bring that in as far as it's going to go in. And then here's my new sleeve, and it's kind of rolling up, so you're not getting the full length on it, but obviously I don't have the ribbing on it yet. I was just talking to my brother about it, and we do think this is a cleaner spot to end. Like this one, I had to do like half of a little flower motif, so it kind of looks a little funky. This one I ended at the end of like a very clean spot. So anyways, I'm gonna block this tonight on the sleeves because the rest of it has been blocked already. And we are gonna see how much growth we get. And then I will either go ahead and add the ribbing to this once it dries and call it a day and then block that and take this back, or I will knit additional length onto this sleeve and then add the ribbing. So we will figure this out. All right, so we are pinned. I'm at this point not really worried about this because it's not wet, but the sleeves are completely pinned, and we're gonna see how she looks in the morning. All right, we are dry. So we are going to try this beauty on. I'm gonna take it off the blocking mats and try her on. Okay, so blocked, this is where this sleeve is, but this is where, you can't see it, this is where this sleeve is with no ribbing. So I'm confused. I'm gonna put the elastic in the neckline and maybe it's like sitting funky because, I mean, this one's, my thumb is covered, right? Like almost covered. But I feel like they're not even. Let me see if I can set up my camera and like, give me a second. So if you can't see my head, but if I'm standing straight, this one, there, maybe, are they, I feel like the brown on this arm is now sitting lower. Oh yeah, heck yeah, okay. That looks so much better, like so much better. I'm gonna look in my mirror right here. Okay, I love that. Now, to be honest, with that in, I'm I'm not super mad. Like, I feel like the length of the sleeves is the same. Like, if I were to have the ribbing on, I feel like it would be the same, but the motif is totally different. What do I do? Alrighty, we are needle free, and we've got 2 finished sleeves, which means we're done with the knitting on our Iris sweater. Holy moly. I don't even know what to do with myself. I'm so excited and so proud and so excited.